Ta-da! Boom! You made it to another Scramblin University. Just had a raging party time blasting in the background. Come on, fish, bring something better than that. What the fuck? What's a poor poo to do? Oh my gosh. For those of you not playing along on the live stream, I broke out the Pooh Bear costume today. It was a little brrr in the studio when I got out here originally. And then I cranked on all the heaters and threw on my Pooh Bear costume and then came back in. And now it's fucking hot. But it's noon. The show will go on. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh God. Okay, let's look at our little live stream here. Woo. Oh, there we go. Fish is getting it back together. Come on, fish. Come on. It's so funny. I had this shirt up here forever, and I didn't know how. I was using this fucking roll of duct tape to hold the shirt like a weight. After about the 14th time it fell, I was like, duh, dumbass, fucking duct tape the shirt up there. Welcome to my Monday. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Monday. Okay. Let's see. Margaret was lurking. Lots Project. Monday Fun Day. Battling laptop dispenser software issues. Monday Fun Day. Yeah, Monday's going to be the fun day. We should get on that. Oh, yeah. Hey, good idea, Lots Project. Fucking hit that like button if you're watching this. If you're watching on YouTube, go save it for later or make more than a forward comment. That'll drive the algorithms if you want to actually help. Or pass the show to a few more people. Hey, get this. So my buddy Scott down in Oregon was on Truthzilla. If you go back and listen to the Truthzilla shows, yeah, you'll see. Really wooey. Sorry, guys, looking for something to clean this bowl out with whilst we're talking. And I don't like using metal. Oh, where are you, toothpick? Pooh Bear scores a toothpick. Okay, good. The Truthzilla podcast, Scott was a third of that team. Oh, man, they just seem to like want to always revolve around pedos. It was, we had another friend of my brother's like that. They would always, because I think they worked in the pedo business, near it, pedo adjacent. God damn, when you meet one of them, that's all they'll fucking talk about. Check this shit out. Okay, you know what Pooh Bear says to end pedos? Make no laws. Yeah, no laws. No fucking laws. You come touch my kids? No laws. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. So, yeah. You think the risk is high enough? Go for it, fucker. I can tell you, it's going to end in screaming. Not going to be my voice. Anyway, so much for easy solutions. Backhoes and bonfires. And pedos in one swoop. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. Almost tripped over my board. Where is Bitcoin? I have no fucking idea. I took the weekend off. I didn't pay attention to any silliness. I'm sure we're bombing some fucking new country by now, or there's some new zombie virus or some shit. I don't even know. That's how out of it I am. I don't even care. Pooh Bear costume fits. Weed's green. I just got that bud. That's why I'm like tasting it. B plus. B plus. Friend of a friend. Friend of a friend. I want to be your friend. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay. actually real questions. Where can I find a bunch of info for microgreens for a profit? John Dowie, dowiefarms.com, or tune into the after party Wednesday night and ask Dowie a question for yourself. Yeah, but he is the microgreen maven, microgreen mafia up in New Hampshire. John Dowie does battle with them all, so he knows how to do it. Being a time to start microgreens. Yeah, you're in a supply shortage for food where everybody who's been doing it's found ways around the supply issues, right? So understand you're going into a hard thing at the hardest point in time to go into a thing. Love the woo. Yeah. There's this dude, Cliff High. He's also out in Washington. He's a little Trumpy. Which I don't give a fuck about Trump either way. He's just a player. He's an actor. Paid part. I think that Cliff's group takes it a little more than all just fucking theater. They kind of believe that side of it, even though they say they don't. But he's someone I have heard talk about things really scientifically, whiteboard, fucking detailed, footnoted out the waz, but still makes room for woo to occur. That's why I like listening to his shit. It's interesting, right? All perspectives. Who's another wooer? Yeah. The funny thing is, you start getting down into like any edge of any system, and when you get to people who are really studying at the edge, they all come down to like, fuck. Feed them to the women. Yep, Margaret's got the right idea. Organ meat for the women and kids. If it happens to be pedos, so much the better. Let's see. Kabonk. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kabonk's been listening to class since his bot years. Okay. I don't know. Somebody just introduced him to me. I guess they're trying to get him to come out to Squatch Fest. I think he'd be fun. Everybody's welcome to Squatch Fest. Yeah. Getting down under the sunshine. Yeah. So we went out to... it was supposed to be rainy and shitty for like the next 2 weeks straight, nonstop. Not a bonk of sunshine, nothing. As far out as the forecast went. And then we woke up yesterday, random fucking... It was like they didn't predict the snowstorm the other day. It was like all of a sudden in the middle of a 14-day rain, boom, we were going to have a day. And you can kind of tell around here, because we're so close to the water, like, if it's going to be a day, it's going to be a day. And it was like, no, it's going to be a blue sky day. So we threw the cutting tools in the back of the new car, grabbed the puppy dogs, and hightailed it over to the peninsula. The projects it's interesting. It's so funny, right? Because you're cutting here, and cutting there, and cutting here, and clearing there. And it's all the little keyhole. You're making edge, and then all of a sudden the edges touch each other, and you did 90% of the work, but you're about to see like it go from like 10 to 100 as far as like boom being open, because now it's all just the little edge stuff. As soon as it drops, poof, and the energy's totally changing. So we're cutting like every pine tree type thing, not the cedars, up to about 8 foot. So you can run around, walk around, carry stuff around, have a backpack, carry boards, whatever, and never really have to worry about the trees. And it's really opening up the wind energy. So I live towards the bottom of the hill, right? So we're a cold pocket anyway, which we can play with the microclimates. But the more shit that I'm getting cleared, now I'm starting to be able to see the little tiny creases in the land where the where the water's going to flow on its general way where it's going, but a very specific, like 10 feet over, it's completely different. Yeah, we started clearing a meadow out by based camp, way at the back, up on the top. It's going to be a great place for a little moonlight drum circle. So yeah, we started clearing that out. And when we really got down to the ground, Candace was raking at some doggy trails. And we kind of discovered on that high side, backside, like a rock quarry. Super cool rocks, like all volcanic. Found some pumice stones. Drag the rocks out next time. We'll take some pictures and we'll get them up. Let's see. The Lots Project. I fucking love it. Okay. The resident extraction. So we allowed a family to take a farm lease to raise their commercial duck crop. When you have a farm lease out here, you can dwell kind of in non-standard dwelling units because you're an agricultural worker. We've leased it to them. They're working their plot, so that's kind of how they're on there. So it's not like tenants, and they're not like really camping because we're not camping. We're a farm. So let's see. Last watch, which was last April, which is a year ago. Oh, right now. Hey, as we're here. Basically, Candace and I were like, we never intended people to live on the land ever. If we're going to have people come and live on the land, it's going to be very intentional after some very, intense conversations or screenings, or your reputation is so well known that it won't matter. So that we don't have a problem just like this. But it's not really a problem. So anyway, last year at Squatch, we told our tenants, this is your 2-year notice. You say you want to buy land locally in the area. We're giving you 2 years to gracefully move your operation anywhere else on the planet, just not here. Kind of the problem is Squatch Fest really expands the way it's going to, and the track, the track will run so much better when their camp is not where it is, when their camp is gone, and that area where their camp is. That's why I wasn't so about them camping where they're camping and just, whatever, turn it in a trash pit. It's going to just get fucking scrubbed when they leave. That is the parking lot. It's the natural parking lot. It's the spot we should put cars. So the fact that you're camping there right now isn't a big deal. So back to me being the nicest human on the planet. Oh God. Just ask everybody who fucking hates me. I was like, I gave him 2-year notice. I was like, great. Everybody in Squatch wants to help you acquire land, acquire a house, move your farm, whatever. There's so many resources to help them if they communicate and if they stay on a timeline and if they keep doing the things, right? Actively doing the things to manifest what they say they want. So if they, now we're down to a year, right? So now when I go out there, I really don't interact with them at all. I have given all the advice and counsel and pointing the way and doing the thing. You know, if two adults with jobs in town can't save a down payment for just a piece of shit land, scrub land, in multiple years, then they've had 6 years, 5 years, 4 years to do it, something like that. I don't know, a while, long enough with rent that is so fucking near zero that it's not even funny. So, yeah, when the clock strikes, so they're down to 11 months. So they've got 11 months left to vacate the premises. At which point it will be a violation of a commercial lease. Sheriff would just come out and throw their shit onto the street. So yeah, there's not going to be there is no eviction because they're not tenants. They're not even camping. They'll just go from commercial lease pay to not commercial lease pay. Trespass. Boom. So hopefully it won't come down to that. You know, is what it is. Is what it is. I am not in charge of that decision. Oh, so if you want to, if anybody wants to help them, you know, find them cheap land to buy anywhere in the peninsula area over Long Branch. But oh, yeah, new beginnings. I think that's what this show is fucking called. Oh, look at that. Serendipity. Okay. So, yeah, fuck, it was a long weekend. Oh, I forgot to put in the call. Here, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm being a slacker. I'm still here. I think I'm still here. Am I still here? Hey, people. I just had to bring up it on a different screen so I can go steal the invite code. Copy the clipboard. Steal that code. Okay. Haha, back. Paste. Okay, if anybody wants to join on YouTube, I just dropped in the link. Okay, so over the weekend, the wife gets told, hey, you know that kid that Brian got that super fucking cushy cool job? Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore. So I had to send an apology to my buddy for sending him somebody I guess that became a problem. Yeah, it's interesting, right? When you don't exert energy or effort or have to sweat or bleed or do some shit to get a thing like a really cushy job, driving on really fat trucks and just making pretty good money for a kid that young with didn't even graduate high school. Right? When somebody just rains that down on you, your appreciation of it is fucking dick. It's not. It's nothing. It's below zero. So when you fuck it up and you lose it, you know, then you just get to go drink some more beer and cry about it some more, right? Because, you know, fucking woe is me. Oh, those fucking meanie guys wanting shit done on time and stuff. So I talked to the stepson and I was like, hey, when you see fucking Doofus, tell that motherfucker he owes me an apology. I used some of my time, talent, and treasure to advance his life, to which he fucked it over, right? Yeah. After you do that, you go back to the person that helped you and you beg forgiveness and apologize. That's what you do. Just in case anybody out there is like fixing their life up, trying to like change a new leaf. Okay. All that stupid fucking shit that you did, yeah, you still did it. Go say sorry. It's not that hard. If you mean it, right? If you mean it. Woo! That was a good one. Okay. Oh, what do you got, Nomad? Okay, let's see. Oh, drop the link. Oh yeah, Tale of Two Cities. Fucking jump in, Nomad. It's right there. It's right above you. Here, I'll drop it in again. Maybe you popped in right after I dropped that and you can't see it. Here, hold on. Boom. All right, it's in there again. Oh yeah, no worries. Oh good, looks like we're gonna get to. If anybody didn't see, yeah, Philippine Nomad started up a great channel or restarted his channel, I think. It was a good shot of him in a hammock over Easter over there. Looked like he was spending some family time down off the side of the mountain. Looked to me more like beachy lowlands, but sure we'll hear that story here in a minute. Maybe it's an adventure of how he got back up to his place. Oh man. Okay, so we took the Nero out to go do the property, and we were expanding the bottom of Baseline Road. You got to go all the way to the back, and then U-turn basically, and then boom, that's Baseline Road. You got to kind of have a 4-wheel or really small camper. Nothing big is gonna really get back there. So yeah. Then I ended up high center in the Nero. Oh my god! So now I know how much battery packs weigh. It's a lot. Oh shit! There he is. Here, let's go to the two screen. How are you?
How's the audio actually? Can you guys hear me?
Good. I'm gonna turn down fish.
Okay, just
then
checking.
We can hear you better.
Oh man, what time is it? It's 3:20. Oh, cool. Before it was, I think 5 a.m. You were trying to. I don't know what time you used to.
Yeah, well, I was 2 hours earlier. So yeah, I pushed this to noon so that I can get up early and have like a full work day, basically. You know.
Oh, that's cool. I was watching TSP earlier. Oh, Jock, he knocked out the park again, and I did a shout out there somewhere on the whatnot for all you guys that are hitting it, keeping it real. Keep on keeping on. So I don't know who's in the chat today.
Yeah, Tim and his wife were at the airport earlier. I
think I saw that. Yeah,
they're all masked up. It's hilarious. Tim in disguise.
Hey, my wife still does it, and I say, "Why?" Oh, she's like, "Oh, because I'm sneezing, whatever." I said, "Wait, you never wore this one 2 years ago," and then, well, it's like whatever. I still love her.
Dude,
then she takes it off later.
Do anything now. You wear one of these stupid costumes and a mask. You can just fucking come on.
That's okay.
Strap on the 9mm and walk around town.
Yeah, it's the programming. It's strong. It's like I mentioned on the Brian Lott show. I said I didn't have time to get programmed when I was a kid. I was bouncing all over the world here and there, and because but I was in the system. I said, that's go watch that episode, whatnot. But yeah, I don't know if we have actually my story. I don't know. Did you have actual guest form like what the other guys do?
I don't have any guest forms. Okay.
Because last time I got on with you, we had that I think it was Tennessee Prepper, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was driving. He's driving that truck.
Yeah, he was a truck. Yeah, so it was cool.
Indiana.
Yeah, I jumped on first, and then he just said, "Well, whatever. It's cool." I didn't know if anyone else, but you know what? Now it's like because this is something that Jack talks about the 7th generation wealth, and I said, this is just growing up here and coming back here, and I was just talking to my mom. My sister called up, said we got to start doing some weekly chats. Mom's getting old. Parents are both 82. Mom's in California with my sisters, except for one. Then my parents are in Texas now. My dad and stepmom, and the youngest one. And I said, yeah, Dad's got cancer now, but it's not that big. He's 82. He's on bonus already. So, but yeah, she said, come on. I said, okay, we better get, I told my wife, let's start chatting. Yeah. Because, I'm over here. I'm not going anywhere. Probably the next time is one of my parents pass away, and I'll make it there though. I told my wife, don't worry about passport, whatever. We get to the Mexico border. My sister said she'll pick us up in Arizona. Serious. It's I don't know how it is there, but there's still ways to get across, or
Yeah.
Canada side, or whatever. I don't
If you're
know.
not opposed to waiting.
My passport, my brown passport's expiring this year. The blue I can't get a blue passport.
You're like,
The State Department, the Uncle Sam, the USSA, I got caught in some red tape, and it's back in Hawaii almost 20 years ago with my son, and my wife's like, how are you going to take care of us? I can't, there's no one can help me take care of it. I just said, probably my son, if I ever get a hold of him, because I don't expect my ex to take care of it. No one else in California and Hawaii is like it's stupid. It's tax, it's bullshit. And so I'm not getting a blue passport. I'm not going to renounce. I got my brown passport. I can still travel somewhere with that. And if I get a visa to just pop in somewhere, that's okay. But see, this is Uncle Sam. If you're a U.S. citizen, they don't care if you got multiple citizenships, whatever. Technically, if you were born a U.S. citizen, which means you popped out of your mom's womb somewhere on U.S. territory, because it's what you call not just solo. It's by birthplace, not birth. See, I got Philippine citizenship from my dad because of birth right, because of Filipino born another Filipino. Now, I was born in the States, and so but see, this is what I say, I was conceived first by Filipino parents, so technically I'm Filipino first, and then I just have to pop out, and I could have been back here in the Philippines if my dad was in the service or somewhere on a base, and then you got a technicality, but hey, whatever. I'm American. I'm not gonna, I have cousins. They're so proud. They become naturalized. They went to the army. They're all, yeah, that's what they did. My dad, his brothers, and a lot of my male cousins. I mentioned that on that, but you don't. It's being American is an ideal. It's not a piece of paper telling you. Like a lot of people, they want that ideal. They're like wish they, if you opened up the floodgates, it couldn't hold all the land we have in the U.S. It couldn't hold the world. They all want to be American. They want to come there to live the dream.
They want it because
they don't know. It's like, and then everyone else is like, I want to go to El Salvador and do a food coffee farm with Brian or whatever, and
it's
pop
so
back in
funny
it.
though. Have you ever met anybody in the woods chilling on a trail who were, if you asked them anything, they wanted something city shit at all?
Never. Yeah, I've been on the trail camping here in the States and everything, and you find people, they're real like, what are you doing? Man, I just got to get out. I'm that's why they go out to nature. I said, it's this good. You should be doing this every day, like we're kids.
They know. Yeah. That's why Candace and I went out and worked on the land underneath the trees. Go hang out by the big giant old cedars. They're fucking chill. You can't have a bad day out there.
Oh no,
it's impossible. There's nobody blah 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 at you. Anything.
Yeah, I was talking to my business partner. Yeah, again, recently he's getting kind of stressed on this real estate development, especially construction. And I told him we're going to do coffee. I got Brian over here in this Pacific Northwest, and then Nicole. They said they're doing air roasted coffee, man. They're doing it. They said Brian don't even want to hit 100 customers, members. He'll just do 50, and he's ready to shut it down and shut others down and get on the road and stuff. I said, people. I told my wife, I said, you got 24 customers. There are people down in the metro. They go, Chris, that's my wife. You say, you're in Baguio. You can get us some good coffee because we got the best Benguet Arabica here. And I said, see, they're not going to come all the way up here. You're not going to go down there. They're not going to, no one's delivering to their door. You're going to buy stuff over there that's sitting 2 weeks somewhere in some store. That ain't fresh. We can get it within a week, fresh to your door, picked, roasted, washed, and all that, And that's the value. I said, this is premium. They'll pay double than they do. They sell it here in the market like wholesale. I can go buy it pretty much wholesale there and mark it up. Or it's kind of wholesale price compared to where people buy it in the metro. So but I said we could mark it up double. And I said, look at your brother and sister-in-law, they're buying it somewhere, and they got a grinder and they got a little coffee machine. I said, see, look, and you got 10 more of like that. And that's, I said, I'm looking big time. We're making 6-figure income that replaced all of our income too. I mean, we're doing okay with the business, but I said, she really wants to do a business. I said, forget the food and beverage. I mean, let's just do distribution. You're gonna get a headache. You're gonna be sitting behind a grill when your cook doesn't show up. She goes, what? I said, you said you want to do food and beverage. What happens when your cook doesn't show up? Who's gonna run the show? Who's gonna? She
Right.
kept looking at me. I said, it's you. It's your
Yeah,
business. No
yeah.
one's gonna do it but you. She's thinking about that. I go, yeah, because
You
it's
are
hard to find
creating
good words.
yourself a job.
Oh yeah, definitely. So anyway, I don't know. You want to get down the rabbit hole? You want to go talk about what I mentioned on the topic is, or what is?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I don't care.
Okay, we're
Tale
going
to
back.
see.
We're going back to the Wayback Machine. Okay, my great. Let me see if I can get this. My grandma's, her dad, and okay, so that's my grandma, great grandfather. Okay, my great grandfather came over from Germany in 1880s, and then he had 3 kids he brought with him and his wife. They didn't speak a lick of English, German. They're like, let's go to the new world and make our dreams come true. They made it to the East Coast, but great grandfather had to leave the family there and go out west. Right? It was already the gold rush started. It's
Go make the money,
30
send it
years.
home, keep everybody
Yeah,
alive.
30 years after they struck gold in the mother lode, and he made it out to California. And you know what he was doing? He was just making shingles, like wood, pine or cedar shingles. That's all he can do. That's all his skill. He made shingles, but it took him about 4 years, and he saved up enough money. He said, "All right, got to bring the family out." So he got them. You can't just fly back and forth vacations. Like save up that money. Like the OFWs over here, same thing. They're abroad 5 years. Like I can't bring my family. I got a contract, and there are just Zoom-in families. But anyway, so he brought the family over. It was around 18, I don't know, mid 18. The middle son, which is my grandma's father, so my great grandfather, he was 8 years old when they came over. But then when he made it to California with the rest of the family, he was 12 years old. And you know what he said? He saw that property that his dad was working on, just busting his ass, just making shingles and barely making it. He said, that I'm going to have that property one day. That property he was working on. He didn't own it, nothing. Before he's 30 years old, he had 80 acres out of nothing, just bursting his ass. Maybe it's called the horse, horse trading, right? So you make a little bit. A 12-year-old. Can you imagine a 12-year-old? These 12-year-olds, they didn't do it. So, but that's what you did. You're child labor. It's like, I got to work along with dad. I got this dream, and I don't know about the other kids, and mom and dad's going to work to death. So you make a little bit, and then you start saving up whatever, and then you buy your first horse. That's your labor. That's like, that's like over here, like Carabao. That's like, your use that as for your beast of burden, right? Then you work land and you save up more. Then you trade that horse for a little bit of land. Then you work the land, save up more, and buy 2 horses. You keep trading, and then he had 80 acres. Well, he was only 30 years old. Grandma was not born. Yeah, right before he got married to his sweetheart in the next town over there in the mountains. And then grandma was born, I think 6 kids, but when I was young, I think only 3 survived.
Requires perpetual savings on his part, right? He never stopped saving money.
He just
back
kept
into his project.
working it, but he built it up. And 80 acres within his generation, my grandma's, he had 4,000 acres up in the mother lode country. These are still foothills. That ranch, that the state he built up is still there. You know what they're selling for that now? Sadly, our family lost it by the third and a half generation, because they sold it. My grandma's older brother, younger, so they just forced it to come and sell it. My dad said, when I was in Kansas, 13-year-old, working the other farm for my stepmom, he says, "Oh, you should have been here to support your grandma. They sold the ranch, and none of her kids, none of my mom, no one could, like, I don't know, this political somewhere in the family. I don't know where that money was, but they sold it in someone. I don't know. Yeah. So it's gone. And 80 acre that turned into 4,000 within his own generation. And then my grandma, and then my mom. So that's, 2.5. When you include his generation, 3.5, from his dad, because if his dad didn't bring him over, it was all gone by 1980. So like, in his lifetime, he built it up, and after he died, it didn't last. The generation with his kids, which is my grandma and her 2 siblings. So, for what that thing is selling, they have a broker Sotheby's, the big
Oh,
auction house.
Sotheby's. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're into real estate. They got a broker in the small town that my grandma later when didn't live on the farm anymore. She just moved down the hill, and I think she was a teacher or whatever because my mom was born in the big city in Berkeley and then got back to the farm later. But she had us, after they're off the farm, then her older brother was still working. I mean, the ranch. She's still working the ranch, but she's in the small town, and they have a broker there, and it's called Sutter Hill, and they're selling that thing for 30 million. It was sold the first time for maybe about 15. Now they're trying to work it up. I say, no, who's going to buy that? This is rich people like in Hollywood. They didn't want to go out there to the boonies. And other people's like, they get that 2 airships now. I had 1 airship from the first. And it's like, they're just trying to blow that price up. It's probably worth 20. I mean, but I don't know. I told my
Could be
mom,
worth
I said,
100.
hey, yeah, I mean,
Craziness is going on right now over here.
even if
You don't
I
know.
had the crypto, whatever, I thought, would I buy? I'll probably just buy some of it back. And it's like, who can do with 4,000? It just maybe a little bit. They have a lake there. I didn't even know there's a lake. They got an old Boy Scout camp. They got some of the old buildings there, but it's mostly, guess what? My grandpa's wealth, the great grandpa was logging and cattle. So the cattle, they used to do cattle drives and then the logging, and they're still reserving right now. It's out of that 4,000, like 700s for future development for more cattle ranching. But
Yeah,
those
trees are
logging
just
concessions,
tall grass, right?
yeah,
There's a lot of
those
slower growing, taller
but
grass.
but that logging concession, those royalties, just like oil, man, that's so I don't know. And there's a middle fork of the Mokelumne River goes through there. So that, when you have property along a water source, that's the prime property. And Blue Mountain's way over there. I used to ask my grandma, how far does the ranch go? She goes, you see Blue Mountain? I don't know. It's like probably 10 miles away somewhere. That's our ranch. That's like, wow, as a little kid, it's like you can't even see the end of it. It's just like you see this mountain in the picture, and there's a little pasture running down the valley, and that's where the cows are grazing, whatever. And I didn't really know how big it was until it was gone. I didn't even see that lake that was on the other side. And I always knew the river we used to go. That was where we raised summers. But that was the tale of that grandma, which she got inherited from her grandpa, her dad and grandfather that came out of Germany. So, and then over here, we got my grandma that came from the lowlands. And the lowlands here, she was a poor farmer. My grandpa that was the next town over, he was a poor farmer. They got married young. They somehow made it up here to Baguio, to the highlands, and this was over 100 years ago. And they got invited by a friend. They came up here and said, oh, wow, there's opportunity here. Are we going to stay in the lowlands and be poor peasant farmer families forever? Or are we going to make it? So she convinced my grandpa. He brought his 3 brothers and 1 sister. That was all their siblings. My grandma had a bigger clan. I don't know. According to one of the aunties, like I think just a few siblings, and most of them stayed down there. They've spread out all over the world now. But so they came here, and my grandma busted her ass. She didn't speak no English, no Tagalog. It's just her dialect, Ilocano. She probably got a 2nd grade education, and her ass worked it. I mean, there's like, okay, we're going to work in the farm. So she built it. She had like, first thing was her rice, a little bit of rice she got from her farm just to have something that she inherited. But the first thing she was like, okay, this town's being built. What do we need? We need lumber. So same thing. They did logging, and then she had a sawmill. Why? How? To do the lumber to build houses. Later, you did cement construction, where you have hollow block, cinder block, and aggregate, which you get down the river also. So those construction materials, number 2 business. Then she had her rice vending, rice distribution, from the farms. Then she had cut flowers. Then she had a jewelry shop. Up here, we got gold and silver in these mines up in these hills. So it's similar to the other, the Mother Lode over in California. But that's most of it's gone. They're just trying to do some open pit mining over here. Then she had, I think, the first. You're wealthy if you had a car in the old days. I think, but before the war, they had a car that was a taxi. So like, my grandma was wealthy. There was like, small town, but the pioneers, like, you knew the families that were really doing it, and it's like everybody know each other. It's a small town.
Hustling.
Oh, 6, and then apartment building. Her only real estate that all that small business income generated wealth, and that wealth she bought land properties, but it was just residential for her kids later. But she just bought actually we sold 1 property that that was another thing. And then this property that we were developing, she had her only commercial business development was an apartment building, an old 4-story, maybe it was only like 16 units old, and that thing lasted for probably 60 years. They finally had to demolish it. The city said, "Okay, your property's condemned." They sent a letter to my dad, "You tear it down, or we do it. But if we do it, we're going to charge you." So he had to send some money, and they tore it down. So, but that was only one generation. My grandma, and then my dad and his siblings, when they grew up, she built all this up wealth because she had later they just start disappearing and going to the States. Like, what the heck? I built all this, and my family's they're just leaving. And she, you know
The
what she did
kids
though?
don't want to run the stuff.
No, they wanted the grass greener on the other side. And my dad, though, he was the youngest, so by the time he left, he was just following his older brothers. All but one brother went to the military. All my aunties, they had a career whenever they became housewives with their husbands, and then the clans just start moving. And now we all have our own clans, 11 children and 42 grandchildren, and how many great grandchildren.
Just to go feed off the state.
But she, you know what, her wealth too, she had to use that later to send these families. Just like now, it's expensive for immigration lawyers and get money to send all the kids. And then one of her oldest daughter, which she adopted two, because in old days, if you couldn't take care of families, like she had another sister, you adopted. So she adopted two of her sisters. So she raised two nieces just as the same as all the rest. It's the same clan, same name. And so 11, 9 plus 2. And that oldest that just died, 102 years old, it took her 25 years to get all her kids and grandchildren. She was one of the last ones to get all of them because they were here and she had a big family. And you're like, if you got a kid, don't even get married. Why? Because once you get married, you're going to be at the bottom of the list again. So he's like, that's the thing right now. It's like they're shacking up and having kids. And he's like, don't get married because we're not going to get them. So she had 7 kids or 6. So it took them a long time. But my dad was single. Other uncles and aunties didn't really have that many kids. Some that did, it took longer. But my grandma said, "Oh, how am I get them to stay?" So she started developing some land and house and lots for these kids that were staying. But you know what? They left too. So I guess she got another property to take care of, which came from my grandma to my dad's older sister, auntie. Uncle died a couple years ago. Auntie died 12 years ago. And I told my cousin, who's going to take care of this? You guys are in the States for 30 years. You got a property over there at the beach side by Subic, Olongapo, and grandma's house that you got from your mom. And all that. They go, I guess you can manage it because I told them I'm doing it here. So my responsibility went 2 more properties. They're urban too. And it's like, oh man, I want to get out of here and do the rural development. So, but I have to tell my cousins about that. We'll probably operate it and just keep that. But some of these grandmas, it's like, there's a rice farm over here. And yeah.
That's what I'm telling my parents. Liquidate. I do not want to deal with
because you know what?
stuff.
When you're gone, you don't know what they're going to do anyway. You could put in a will or whatever. And so,
I don't want to deal with kicking their tenants out when I sell the place.
Oh yeah, we're getting.
I don't have a relationship with them, so
we're getting. Yeah, on the farm now, we're getting an issue with one of the tenants that left, and now someone else took over, and they're like claiming it. And we got before we had squatters in one property in Manila that my grandma actually, she inherited that because I saw the title. It was like, that title was transferred when she was, or titled was like 1908. She was born in 1901. So it's like, no, she didn't get acquired this as an adult. She inherited it later, and she was only 7 years old. So she inherited that, and that was in Manila. So I don't know the ancestors how they got that. And then the rice farm too was not the town they grew up in, but maybe they invested in that too. So 2 out of town properties before she moved up the mountain, and she made those properties. She built her own, but she did have some inheritance with her siblings on these others. But she got 2 locations in her name, one farm that's on the other province and one in the city. I don't know about the other siblings if they had anything else or whatnot. And then my dad threw me a screwball. Him and my mom just said a few years, oh, your grandma's was adopted too? I said, what? She's got adopted by her dad or her parents, and then she adopted too. I don't know. It could have been. And it's like, this is getting like going, but I can't really deny. I said she was adopted, and then she adopted more, and she just did it. I mean, there's no excuses. You can talk about, oh no, like Jackson's like, there's people saying, I can't. Said, shoot, I got a grandma was illiterate, maybe a 2nd grade education only in Ilocano, because back then nobody spoke Tagalog except you're in that region, and Baguio was lowlanders, Ilocanos, and the Highlanders with these others. They mix culture. So Ilocano is still prevalent here, even though there's a lot of Highland tribes, but they adopted and they have their own language, but they predominantly speak that. But we got Tagalog now. It's the national language and what Filipinos based on. But yeah, so I mean, I gotta tell my mom, I gotta tell my sister, have mom start documenting that what she knows from grandma because one of my aunts did it, and just get some more stories. I don't have no more storytelling from this, and like Jack
Hey,
says,
you
like,
just started a channel, didn't you?
yeah, I've relaunched. I had the Philippine Truthers. They started. Check it out, BitChute. That thing had almost 1,100 subscribers and 300,000 views of 900 videos, and I was just mirroring mostly all the stuff that trying to wake people up. As I'm done. If you ain't working up by now, realize the truth. Forget it. So I still have those. I just changed it from Philippine Truthers to the Philippine Nomad. So that's
Right. Okay, you're just
the
aligning
Philippine
your name.
Nomad is still float,
Oh, good
Odyssey,
idea.
BitChute. I had an old Gmail, so we got it on YouTube. I don't really want to post there because eventually I want to keep to the more freer and whatnot. But hey, you'd still do it while you have it.
Right,
And if you
right.
ever get kicked off like others, then you get kicked off and say, "See you over on the other side of
Spread it
Odyssey."
around at
So, and all that,
least.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. This because people when they first heard my brother-in-law told me, well, my sister's brother-in-law, they're all it's a big clan over there. And it's, oh, Mike, man, this is 2000. You're going to the Philippines. You got to do real estate. You got to be big time. And even Brian mentioned, I said, you know what? There's nothing like what I expected. The project me and my dad started failed, and we lost millions that he put in, I put in. But you know what? We finally got an investor. 18 years now. Finally, we're selling them every day. We just sold them again, and they're gonna be our redevelopment. And they know our story. And I said they need a home. They're getting kicked out of their home. It's gonna be a commercial development, but we'll help them as long as it goes. And I told them,
Nice.
I'm not my home anymore. It's so crowded here. It's so congested. This town was built for 25,000 residents. We're at 500,000. The streets are too small. You can't widen them. They're talking about transport issues. Want cable car here and these other modern buses here. Get rid of the old jeepneys. But if we don't solve it, nobody's going to go anywhere. This place is mushrooming. We got real estate going like crazy for the last 5-10 years even, and nobody can move pretty soon because it's so
Head for the
congested.
hills.
I walk around town. I don't take a taxi or jeep. I can walk to the business district from our office, and other people still sitting in a taxi, a jeep, or their car going nowhere. I've been doing that since the first time I came back in 2002. I said, I want to walk across from the country club all the way to town. They said, you walk that far? I said, it's only 40 minutes. And the traffic was 30. So it's just 10 minutes. I've been walking ever since I'm a kid.
With all the idling cars.
I told my wife, I'm going to be old and broken someday. I can't walk. So I keep walking now because one day I might be in a walker or cane or bedridden. And so I'll be walking till I can't no more. I said, you guys can jump in a vehicle and go nowhere. We do that. We're going to the metro in about 24 hours and another road trip to do some more client business and close another sale and get more funds. And, it's tough though, man. That's why I let my partner do it. I'm supporting him, but he knows that we got to do some other business. And we got the rural development. We want to do the hip camps and the eco villages and, he's got, like I said, the ranches. Mom got 2 ranches over 1,000 acres.
I don't know.
Nothing's going there.
You think there's going to be a lot of tourist spending in the next
they're doing it now. Check this out. For the last 2 years with the lockdown, okay, a lot of people that had small businesses and jobs, no more money, whatever. But the people that are still going out and traveling and spend money, if they don't have an active business or a job, you know what? They still have money. They're still traveling. They just get to go and do it now. I said, damn, it's got more crowded now than ever. So
okay.
So
well, you guys are a sunny destination. That's true. If you're a nasty northern cold place,
they love this though because the lowlands are hot and humid. They love Baguio because it's like Tahoe or Aspen or it's cool up in the hills here, and they're all sweating 9 months out of the year except for a few months of cool during winter. But the rainy season, summer, it's all hot and humid. And we are here when it's cold up. When it's raining here, it's cold. I don't like it anymore. So, yeah, but that's the short end of I could go, there's stories that we, that
No,
more to tell,
it's
but that's
49 minutes in. I gotta wrap up and
oh yeah,
do the coffee club shit. No,
but we
no.
can expand on that someday. I don't know if anyone wants to pick up and we'll do it.
Well, that's
Brian.
why I was trying to point them to your channel.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, I'm
Tell
doing
the
some.
whole
I've been doing
story in
some content creation.
segments.
Yeah, I've been
Like,
doing some content creation before on the fascist book. I never started a YouTube channel like ever since I got on, but I have a Philippine Preppers page on Facebook that's like over 7,300 followers, and I haven't posted anything for 3 years. It's just growing just from old content. No one even shares. I'm the only one posting before. So, there's people still looking for that, but you can't be a sponge. You gotta
yeah,
also
man.
give, and so people want to hear their
Yeah.
side. I said, post what you guys doing. Tell us what because maybe you get, but they never get bored of my stuff. I post and stuff, and they're like,
That's great. It's like
500
listening to
likes and
Brian talk
reach.
about the
You get,
RV.
yeah. I mean, you
Every
can look at the
project's great.
if you're
Doesn't
on
matter what.
Facebook, right? You can see
Huh?
the analytics, right, on your Facebook or whatever.
I don't
And
look
I
at any of
just,
that stuff.
well, I used to just because I was like amazed at it. I grew from like 0 to 500 like in about 3 months. It was just from one TV episode. They missed thought I was the Pinoy prepper. I said, no, it's Philippine prepper. And next because the lady said, oh, I saw you guys on TV, your channel. It's like, what? Then I did research. I said, oh, shoot, that's the wrong. She thought she was looking for this and she got to this. And next it's 500,000, 200,000. And,
Yeah,
people,
they
I
type
mean,
a little wrong and then woo, oh, what's
I
that?
would just post like the storm warnings when there's a typhoon or this and that or some blade porn and people just eat that up. These preppers
It's
are not the
when I
panic
pick
prepper
the
like
keywords, I
John, but
always pick
yeah,
weird stuff.
So but I never got videos started. I was gonna do a YouTube channel, but I never posted. I just followed a few and so it's kind of good because I probably would have got squashed there too because they're like,
No
oh no,
fun.
you're because I would have been
Yeah.
sharing what I got on Facebook, how I got squashed. I will share that everywhere. I would have been like sharing other videos and posting. They're like, no, this guy's too hot. We gotta squash him. So anyway, we're here now.
He's too
We're
hot.
doing it. It's crazy over here though. But hey, I don't deal with any of that. I go around the mall. The malls, check this out. There's no more restrictions. They want you. People don't even have to wear face masks because I go up to that. The guard don't even say nothing. I'm the only one in the mall of 10,000. There's 10,000 people, no social distancing. I was like, this is crazy. You
Well,
guys
now
didn't
that
figure
you
it out.
don't, people are putting them back on. It's the
They're
craziest
still no.
thing.
They've been. Oh, where you
Oh,
guys? No, these guys
where
never
we
took them
are,
off.
yeah. Now that we finally went away like 2 weeks ago of all gone, and then now they're just doing it like driving around
It's
or like by themselves in a park. It's like
here.
it's
They
like, look,
never
at least they're branding themselves, right? Like I'm the damaged one. It's really easy to tell now.
here. Here, no one ever took them off for 2 years. They're still wearing them in bed, in the car, or wherever. It's like, if you didn't figure it out by now, this don't work. And you keep wearing them though. But you know
Stop.
what? I do make a difference because I've seen people take it off in front of me after they see me. And so, that's just part of it. It's like I'm not scared. No one. They're not got arrested. I haven't been fined. I'm waiting for them to find me, arrest me, throw me in jail. They won't touch me. They know that it's all BS too, and they're just the
It's like,
authorities are going along to get along too. And one lady one time at the checkpoint says she was doing this other checkpoint. It's called Comelec Committee of Elections. So they're looking for terrorists and muggers, whatever. So we came by checkpoint twice
Mr.
because we
Pooh
had to
Bear.
turn around. And she said, oh, sir, can you please put on your mask? I said, I just have my coffee. I'm not wearing it right now. Oh, please. She told me
Yeah,
3 times. And I
wow,
just, whatever,
my
it's
perpetual
like
coffee.
she was scared of me. I was like, please, please. It's like Filipinos are so plain. If they're in the States, I would have got beat down, dragged out of a car, broken,
Leave me and the guys on the
or
camera
somewhere like, no,
observing this.
actually, that's in Australia or Canada. They were doing that crazy stuff. But, I mean, if it's really they were going to do something, they're just, I ran checkpoints. I'd done so much crazy stuff in the last 2 years that it ain't funny. I ran a checkpoint the first time. The guy was sleeping on the job. This was not even masking or nothing. And they said, why did you stop? I said, dude was sleeping. And then they chased me from the other side. And then my partner said, he told my wife, oh, they were ready to chase him. I said, no, they knew. They got pissed at their other guy because he wasn't doing his job and had to run from the other side of the road and chase me down. And I didn't have no license yet. I still have my permit. And they said, and I spoke to him in Ilocano. They're all cool. Oh, okay, next time, just stop. I said, well, tell your guy to wake up. He's not sleeping on the job. It's like 11 o'clock at night. It's a comedy. It's a big the Truman Show or something like that. I don't know what it is. It's crazy.
Oh wait,
So
that's right. We're
anyway,
supposed to stop here.
oh, I'm looking over here, and I never looked at that over here. Okay, it's like, okay, I got I on the green room backstage. Oh, hi, fellas. I don't know who's still on because I got the.
Nobody. It dropped off. That's what we're getting near an hour.
Okay. I
but
see Michael V,
I got shit
Margaret.
to
I
play.
saw
That's
Brian lots before. See, I couldn't even view this before. I was like looking at the screen. I can't even read the. I let Brian take over. It's like now he's.
oh yeah. The
Now I
whole
take.
the comment thing is I don't. I know it's broadcasting on Float, but I wish they would make that all work. But it's coming.
Oh yeah.
But
With
I don't
the-
get
oh,
Odyssey comments either.
Yeah, those don't pull over. But at least
No.
the streams have been better now because I even whenever I watch the lots, I tell Brian, "Oh, all streams are looking good." He's, "Oh, thanks, Mike." Or same thing today, like Jack's TSP, the all streams are working good. What I usually watch is on Float, and I monitor the comments on YouTube because I like Float, and if as long as it works, or Odyssey's
Oh, watch
really
it on
buggy.
Float. Yeah, because it will
I
help
watch all
seed
three.
it to the.
I have all three on my
It'll
screen, so
help
I go
seed
back
it.
and forth. Yeah, I mean, I like it, and no one's really there. Odyssey's, there's just a few.
Well,
Everyone's
if you watch it on Odyssey, you're earning library credit.
yeah, for those people, I got a lot. I think I gotta send them to you. What I have to do, it says delete comment. I have to like unlock a lot of stuff. But what am I doing with it? I can
Oh
build it
yeah,
up again.
unlock stuff. No,
So
sponsor stuff.
let me know. I'll send it to you. Just send me. You know what would be good? This is one thing I'd request, and I'd like send you money if I wanted to get some other souvenir. Get a white T-shirt, get a permanent marker when you go to Float or wherever, and just, hey, this is for Loco, the
Oh,
Philippine
that's a
Nomad.
good
Just put a white
idea.
blank shirt. You don't even have to do
Oh,
any.
I'll
I
go
don't care. You can
grab
put
you
float on it. You could put on. You can put
you want like a bright
elephant.
color shirt, like a bright green
I
or
don't
a
know.
yellow or
No, I mean
pink?
something where people can like get Jack's, get Nicole's, get whoever's. These are the people I follow. Other people if there's room.
I'll pin
Just a
it
white
onto a
T-shirt
board.
or whatever.
And when they
Yeah, or
fill the
something.
one side, I'll flip it over and then you can
Exactly.
paint
I mean,
shit
if
on
you
the
can
other
get
side.
if you can get a float logo on there or whatever, but I don't need anything. It's just cool. I mean, people like, what's that? It's like these are people that I like to watch, and they like.
That's
I
what
couldn't
I'll
get
do.
there
Some artist will draw you hand drawn float logo.
or something. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Just wait,
that's
it'll
all
happen.
cool. But yeah, I'll work on unlocking that because I got like 450 now. Where is it now?
That's
And
hilarious.
I
Yeah.
don't know I can't do nothing with this. It's like
Pin a
because it's all
t-shirt to
locked
some
up.
cardboard. That is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
can mail that right over to you. That'll get there lickety split.
yeah, and then maybe throw in some stickers for Tim, or you print up his. And you guys got any
Oh
stickers
yeah.
or
Pin
whatever?
send me
That's
stickers.
cool.
Oh yeah, I'll collect.
Or patch or something. I don't know.
Anybody
I
giving
know
away
Brian's
free stickers and shit and patch? Oh, you know what?
whatever.
I'll put a
Because
little
you know what?
basket by your shirt.
I put it on all my mugs and stuff. It's like I got friends here to have them. My wife, she's like, "Oh, I got a sticker from our favorite prepper store," and she put it on her computer. I said, "There you go." Yeah, but I got 443.77 LBC with only 2.3 immediately expendable. So I got 441. I have to unlock. It says you gotta earn this and delete this to unlock it, and this. I don't care. I just keep watching. It'll build it up because I built it up for the first time, and then I spend it by kept tipping people and reposting and all this stuff, and then I build up again. It's like I've been viewing for like ever and reposting and doing whatever to
You know what? Maybe if you're helping somebody with the repost thing, because that takes library credits, when it plays again, maybe you get a piece of the newly generated coin, I bet.
Well, I even got 10 tips or something. It's earned from others, 10 unlocked to send. Then 260.43 on my publishes. Delete or edit past content to spend. Delete or edit past. And then there's another 171 supporting content to delete, support to spend. So, it's like I'm not using it. I can still build it up again and float. That's one thing. Float will partner with Odyssey. That'll be cool. I don't know how that'll work, but we'll be building up credits on both sides, and who knows how that works. So
I don't think I'm going to waste my hour with them on Wednesday talking about any of that stuff. We'll see.
What hour? Where?
I got Kingsley and Aaron and
okay.
The real Alex Martin Wednesday.
Best Alex Martin, yeah.
The best, yeah. He keeps changing it back and forth.
But I watched that development sometimes too. I've gone on there a few times,
Yeah, his little
or
space
once or
cave,
twice.
he had
Yeah,
it
because
float last year. It looks like a NASA tent. It's really sweet. It's
that's
pretty
cool.
cool.
I told people, I said, you guys got to get to these events. I didn't even finish watching the first or that one UTG about the events, but I know about it. I've been in sales, just like you build up from small event to small event, then big event to big event. And this is a big event. I said, if I was anywhere near the lower 48, I'd be with Brian and cruising all over and going, hitting up every event I could and, making the connections. And
Somebody the
that's
other day
fun.
was talking about like they're not going to teach indoors anymore. If it's a conference or a thing that occurs like in a
Oh, yeah.
center or in a
Yeah. Just
facility,
sprawl out in
they're
a
not going.
pavilion or, yeah.
There's too many outdoor festivals,
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh,
and it does.
Margaret's still there. Still here. Enjoyed the story. Okay. Thanks,
Yeah,
Margaret,
we
Oliver.
can finish it up
What's
next time,
Michael
or we'll
B?
take off from the grandparents and go forward to the new stuff.
Oh yeah. That's why I told Brian, I said, man, if I was with you, we'd be spending hours at the campfire for the whole do road trip, and it keeps going on because everybody got a story, and it keeps evolving, keeps going on. You'll be talking about this and that, and that's part of the marketing. That's what Jack was talking about today. It's like your story. That's the marketing of, and then just take it from there. So watch that last. I think it's I don't know what's up, 3077 now he's at or something like that or whatever. I can't remember.
Right.
I just posted it. Yeah, 3077. Now is the time to build independent income. So he sometimes reads some of mine that he's like, comments. Most of the time it's just a props. I'm not asking questions. And then so I screenshot it and I sent it on. I said, you guys know who you are. You're doing it. Brian's doing it. Nicole's doing it. Amy's doing it. Tim's doing it. Everybody's doing it. And just keep on going. Find your why. Why, if you don't know what your why is, it's not gonna matter. When your why is so strong, you're never gonna stop. No naysayer, no one's gonna dissuade you. And that's what it's all about. It's like, what is it? Your family, your descendants one day, your dog. I don't know what your why is, but your why is gonna keep you grounded, and you're gonna keep going and going. It's like you have that why in front of you, wherever it is in your car hanger or in the bathroom shower or something every day. You look at it like 10 times a day on the refrigerator, right? And that's your why.
People
And
that
it's
want
going to
me to
keep
help
going.
them. Yep.
Yeah.
First, I got to
So
figure out what their why is, and if they don't know, I'm
that's
probably
your
not
first
going to help them.
assignment, because that's what Jock talked about with the MID: motivation, inspiration, and determination. The MID. So that will help you launch that, and then you can the world is. I mean, if any of you guys can do it, any of us can do it. Everybody can do it. So
I don't want to help people do evil stuff though. So
oh yeah, if I wanted to be rich, there's 100 different ways to do it.
that's
Black
why,
market, red
that's
market,
why I
illegal,
don't help
whatever. But
people until they tell me their
yeah,
why. Like
yeah.
why?
I mean,
What I asked somebody that you wouldn't suspect why they wanted to accumulate power and wealth the other day, and they wouldn't answer the question. So
yeah.
all right, why do you want to accumulate power and wealth to yourself? There's an answer.
Yeah,
You can be
that's
honest and
true.
say it.
Well, I
Then
mean,
we can have a conversation.
if something has to be bigger than you, what we're
Right.
creating is a legacy, something. This is purpose. This why it's not just. It's something bigger, something that's going to last. That's what they like Jack and everyone talking about the blockchain, the essentials. The legacy can just carry on. It's not just about us in the here and now and just the short time we have, whatever you believe it. This is just like a test or something, soul test, or we're here just for a snap. And
Yeah, well,
then,
I'm trying to find out, are you planting that tree so you can sit underneath it? Or are you planting that tree so that it can exist?
yeah.
Yeah, some people I help, some people I don't.
And how deep are the roots going to grow in that? Is it going to just wither away, or is it going to be like an oak that stands generations? And
You're
do you want the acorns?
You're gonna demand shit out of it on a schedule.
Yeah. Are you going to carve your name on it, or you're going to turn it into furniture? Or
yeah,
so many reasons.
For 4 generations down that you don't even know exist.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's why I plant them.
Yeah. So, but my grandma over here, I said, if she's probably still rolling in her grave. I haven't visit. I don't really tradition about go visiting cemetery, but once in a while I told my wife, let's go visit grandma. and tell her, like, Grandma, I'm still here. Hopefully I get this going, and sorry about the rest of the clan that just left you and hanging, but that's my purpose. I was called for whatever reason, not to go, because
Yeah.
California's gone. That tale of that city and that legacy from that grandparent, that grandma's side, that's done. Even my mom said, well, where's everything? That was it. But I still got something over here, and people value not even just 100 square meters of land. I don't know how many
Right.
square feet it. They don't. A lot of people are just renting. They're not even true owners of anything. They're just renting for their whole life, 5 generations. They have nothing, and you have something real property that you can develop, and no one could take that away. I mean, here you like people. I was telling Brian that you don't even pay taxes in there. Like, it's a game. It's like, okay, how's their enforcement? They can't do nothing. It's like, okay, if they keep doing discounts every year for like 5 years now, oh, we have amnesty for this inheritance tax, which people haven't paid for generations. Come on, it's a 20% now, and it's going to expire the next year to renew it. It's a joke.
You need to get
It's
to and
sad.
fro. The road will exist.
Oh
People
yeah.
need to move. It will just happen. It always
Yeah,
does.
I like that story you talked about, like even with those people movers with these drones and all that. And I said, I believe it. They got all kinds of tech, and
2 more years. 2 more years.
yeah.
Then you get the
So
Richie Riches have them, and then you're talking like what, 2, 3 more years after that. Then you're talking like pretty much coastal elites, and then we'll see it.
yeah, you don't know what it'll turn sideways, upside down, back, front. I don't know. Uh, how about you mentioned that you'd help me? Like, I don't know. I have a brother-in-law that's an inventor, creator, but I don't know if he's getting kind of sick now with his vision. But I don't know if he's been doing too many inventions. But you said it could build your own air roaster, or I don't know. I could see if I can get help on that. I don't have any idea of that technology, but like I know Nicole, the person that she's bought hers from, they're just fabricating. They're making. They're nothing
They're
commercial
nothing.
expensive.
They're literally nothing. It's a tube made with fire brick,
Yeah,
like 2-inch
but
diameter. You
but you said
shove 2 dryer heaters into them, like
so. You
from an old
just
electric dryer.
mhm.
Shove 2 into the stack. That's it, and then get a
But you
big
said
ass blower and run the air through it.
stay away from digital though, and a lot of the that high tech, or you're
Yeah.
gonna have
Oh,
some
honey, there's
electronics, or
there's no reason to digitally tell that thermostat how hot to be or heating element. It's from an old washer and dryer. It's a dryer heater element. It's just an element.
yeah.
You put it on a rheostat, you can make it any temperature you want.
I saw this one coffee shop. They had this small personal hybrid one. It's like a small drum roaster with air, and they're doing small batches there. They got green beans from the mountain farms up here, and I said, "You're selling green beans." I said, "What are people gonna do?" Oh, we have a roaster here, so when you buy a kilo, like 2.2 pounds of green beans or half, we'll roast it for you for 50 pesos. I said, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So I want to do a demo. I want to go
Hey,
taste their
what about
beans, and
you
I'll
could
do a
do
video on that.
rocket stove. You could do rocket stove heated. There's all kinds of shit you could do. And you got nobody
Yeah.
regulating the hell out of you out there.
Oh yeah. But I
Yeah.
just like thinking, how do I know when it's done?
Just
When
watch a
from
bunch on YouTube. It's
or
like after you see about the 8th version of the air roaster done by watch the poorest people you can. If you click by and they're shiny, don't watch them. Yeah. All the third world guys. How do they just cobble shit together? It's nothing but a blowing thing and a heating thing, and being
yeah,
able to control how much pressure coming up and how much heat in the stack. And that's if you make the diameter too big, right? The air goes through too easy. So it's a diameter to height ratio of how much coffee beans you put in your cylinder.
yeah. Because I know the roasters over here in the mountains. One of our friends that has a little coffee shop. He's a farmer, so he raises the beans or the coffee.
I'll
Then
have
he
them save you up
harvests it and all
some
that.
bad beans. Like get bags of the throw off bad stuff.
You mean
And
roasted already or
no,
green?
just green,
Green.
right?
Okay.
Because you need them green so that you can play with the air machine and then build some
Okay.
type
Just
of air blower
like
through a
test
tube
batches.
that expands, and just keep playing with find different rheostats till you can make that airflow and make
So
the beans literally fly or not.
so
Then you got that
so
part
just
figured out.
so
Then it's
test
to add heat
batches.
to the loop.
You mean just to do some test batches like that?
Just to
Yeah.
mess with the concept of flying beans like with air, and then you're like, oh, that's how it works. Okay.
Well, I
Then you
saw
could
some.
mess with different shapes. The actual bean chamber on that coffee crafter stuff originally was racing exhaust.
Wow.
Right? Because it tapers down to the whatever the hell that is, 1.5 inches or something, right, for where it mates. But then it goes up to the 4-inch like shiny chrome. So they just cut the top half off that exhaust, right? And now you got a little perfect taper up to shiny chrome, and you can put little handles on. Yeah, but because he was making all his shit with products that he found on the shelf for other purposes that weren't coffee. If you look at that original air housing, that is an IKEA salad bowl. Oh, it's hilarious because they costed what it would cost to make all those parts in their factory that they owned, and they couldn't make the parts for less than they could like just go and buy them from the different companies because they didn't know what they were using them for. So yeah, they let everybody else basically build their coffee roaster because it really is nothing but a blower and a heater.
Yeah.
It's, and then a fanciest housing you can put on there so you can add an extra 3 zeros on the end of the price. That's why, my favorite one is on YouTube is a Hawaiian dude, and his
Really?
his blower box is even wood. It doesn't burn because it's like, 1/2 inch away from the stream. It's not that hot. Yeah,
Margaret's
Yeah.
Margaret's talking about flying bean. What a great
Jump
shop name.
on the bean
Flying.
stream. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, this, if you want to learn a little bit about it too, for just getting the feel, so you go get yourself an old popper. You have zero control on the air speed, right? Because it only has one speed. So you got to mess with it by how much weight you put in it. So you got to keep turning it off and on and weighing the beans until you just get it like that. Keep removing beans until it just starts to float. And then that's the exact number for that machine. So you throw in that many grams. When you plug it in, it kind of doesn't want to move, and then boom, it'll start to go. It'll be cooking off the moisture that's left, right? So as it gets into the roast, it will start throwing beans out the hopper. But the beans that it throws out first are the lightest ones. So those are the ones with imperfections. So it's perfect that those aren't cooked. So after like a minute, chuck those in the garbage. Those poppers get way too hot. Well, they only will make a dark roast, right? You can't finesse it. It's because you should take 6 to 8 minutes at least to roast, and this is going to get it done in like 3 to 4. But it makes a great dark roast. So yeah, you'll see you'll throw off the bad beans. What's left will that you can kind of control to stay in there till it starts. As soon as the smoke starts, you'll hear this crack, 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 crack.
Yeah, that's the first pop or something is what that's. I heard about that.
In those air poppers, sometimes
Or first crack or something like that.
all at once. Yeah, but you'll hear it. Just let it roll. You want to keep it in there basically as long as you can because you're never going to get it to go long enough. And it's going to just almost want to catch on fire and make a lot of smoke. So do it outside.
Yeah, I would probably get like something, that will open up to, start, doing, some experimenting and then before you get it inside. But one of our clients, I told my partner, said she's doing a third phase on, she had a restaurant. Now we got a roof deck covered. We got another building that's second phase. She want to do we got already sold her. Let's do some cottages accommodation. She's got the mountain view. And then if it's big enough,
coffee roasting. That's what the Hawaiian channel is.
I will sell her that. She'll be one of my first on-site roastery, just a little small here, so that she can roast on site and sell to
Just
her
needs a little
customers.
roof so she can stay
Yeah.
dry and the beans dry.
And well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
will set up. I'll train one of their. I said because they're selling crap coffee percolating. They got 2 percolators now, and it's
Oh,
just it's terrible. It's coffee. I have to
it's a
bring my
tourist
own.
draw all day. That nice smell of like every
Oh
15
yeah,
minutes,
that will draw. I
smoke
mean,
going up.
and then you'll be selling some of the beans that you're serving your customers, and then they'll come back and do a white label or whatever. It's coffee.
Yeah. A little coffee business like that where you can roast. That's what, yeah, if I was ever going to open up a retail place, that's what I would do is put the roaster in the center and surround it with plexiglass.
Hmm.
And that way I'd be food safe in the middle with all the all the bullshit you got to have. And then, but you're a showpiece because it's so fun to watch people roast,
They
just
like
you're always,
everything.
you're,
Yeah, if you go to the mall, they got candy shops, you got chicken roasters. There's always like it's the show.
yeah,
It's
like
like
watching people
sell
make
the
fudge or whatever, do out the candy.
yes, says sell the sizzle, not the steak, right? You see that,
You know, that
grilling and yeah,
you gotta have both. When you
yeah.
get aligned, then people then they don't mind paying more because it's like holy shit, wow. uh,
How's the chat? I think Margaret's the last one in there, and
oh,
she's
hey, she said she roasts on an iron skillet.
kill it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the old
yeah,
school.
it
Yeah, just
is. You just got
those cast iron, lodge and all that. My grandma had I don't know if I can find any over here. You can go to some good. We call them junk shops. These are like places people recycle stuff. It's not even like an antique dealer. It's just like they got my friend that was into wanted to forge. He found 2 anvils. The guy never wanted to give them up. He's like, "Come on,
oh,
just sell me one,"
I
because he
just
wanted
got
to
an
forge.
anvil class certificate for
Oh, really?
yeah. So that's now I'm on the hunt for an anvil.
Yeah, because over here they're hard to find. They've brought them over probably since the war, and we got local blacksmiths. They're just using a railroad
Estate
piece of
sales or
rail.
farm sales. I think I gotta like just
Yeah.
start poking around a little bit more now that I'm kind of on the hunt. I think camp should have one of those for sure.
Yeah, there's good pickings over here because we got like old Singer machines, everything that the Americans brought here, these old timers. Like my auntie, she had an old Singer. It wasn't the oldest one, but it was maybe a 60s model. It had the a motorized what do you call that, belt. So it
Right,
wasn't
right.
the paddle with the feet, but because my brother-in-law, him and his wife, they were doing some like repurposing antique stuff and turn those old Singer tables into like coffee tables. So they don't care about the machine itself. They just want that table, and they're painting them all funky colors. Said keep it original, the just varnish or burnish, that, but they know they want this color and that, and they would pick it. He would find some for like this is like 1,200 pesos or 2,000. That's like 30 to 40 or 35 40, and then he'll sell it for 100.
Oh,
And it's like it's all kitschy. Like I wouldn't have painted, I wouldn't make it, but they all want to have their own design. Then they're posting on their Facebook Market and all that. And I don't know if he's still doing it, but
oh,
hey, you're a maker, you're a creator, whatever. It's art. My wife's all artistic too. She likes more of the graphic design and that stuff, but she does crafts, arts and crafts. She MacGyvers me and her all kinds of stuff. So that's the creativity. And you used to do it before because that's all you did. You had darn socks and make old clothes out of whatever. You don't have to do that anymore. But she's still like, oh, that t-shirt's still good. I made a laundry bag out of it. It's like cool, but now it's ripping. So it's like, okay, are you gonna patch it up or whatever? I don't know. I said I got 2 mesh military bags, one from my cousin back in high school, one from my uncle that passed away. So those military laundry mesh bags, they last forever if you take care of them. So,
oh,
but
making stuff
yeah,
out of everything. It's what you do.
well, I used to do a lot of hacks too. I didn't really do videos, but I'll do the silicone waterproof hack. You basically get a tube of like DAP silicone caulking
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dilute it with turpentine, or over here we don't have it. We have paint thinner, and then you can brush it on your tent fly or I put it on my boots. I put it on a backpack. Anything that
Oh,
wasn't new. I
waterproof
didn't
it.
want to ruin new clothes or new shoes, but anything that's old and that stuff, it won't hold up forever, but it's like some of the stuff I got going 7 years. I just gonna do another application. That's another project. I told my wife, get your old shoes or whatever. We'll waterproof them up and whatever else, something, but no, not any of your new stuff because you don't want to ruin the fabric. But it actually strengthens the fibers by that silicone impregnating whatever it's nylon or
Make some canvas
yeah,
something. Ooh, TB would be
yeah.
fun. Maybe
Well,
somebody
usually
build
it's
a
with
teepee
this
this year.
silicone waterproof hack, it's going to be synthetic, like nylon, polyester, because if it's cotton, you can do the beeswax, heavy duty like canvas, cotton, and leather. You can seal that with beeswax.
How
And
about
that's,
oil? Would oil and canvas
I,
work?
I guess I think there's some oils that have like linseed oil, which is
Okay.
what you mix the beeswax with, but the wax will really kind of, you mix the linseed oil, which I think is flaxseed, I
Okay, and
forgot.
then the
And
wax
then, yeah,
is
then
in
you
there
just,
with it, makes a
you
coating.
actually, you have to get a heat gun or a blow dryer to melt it in, and then it will impregnate, and then it'll set. And then that's,
Interesting.
yeah, I've watched a lot of videos on that, but leather and canvas, heavy cotton, but synthetics, that surprisingly that silicone works. And if you get the
Well,
best silicone, like
I'm
Two
about to
Legacies,
start building that foamcrete or styrocrete structure as soon as I.
oh,
You
that's
know
cool.
what? Shit, I was wondering what I was gonna do with the rest of today. I think we just figured that out.
Well, just post some videos. People here, they're looking to,
So my idea is I'm gonna cut off this 3/8 rebar that I got,
mhm.
pound it in, foot or two, and then bend. I got a bunch of 1/2 inch PVC laying all over from other projects, so I'm just gonna bend it on both sides, right, and kind of spike it, and then paracord tie it to each other so it can't expand the loops. They'll be stuck. And I don't know. I can't see why it wouldn't work. Stretch some shit over it and then start applying from the bottom up and
Mhm.
just go in layers. I don't know. That's kind of my plan.
That's cool. I mean, you did experiment too. That's all good. It's like,
Yeah, it can't possibly go wrong because I'll just use the chunks in some other project if it doesn't go well. So yeah, what the hell? I'll tell you soon. So yeah, it's going to be okay. So my other thing is like, how minimal can we get away with building things? Right? What's the
mhm.
bare minimum? Like, it's a 3-inch concrete going to work? I'm not holding up like anything intense. It's, just creating a space. So not like I'm trying to meet any kind of code for anybody for any kind of rating in a domed shape in and of itself, because I'm building it like a coffee bean. It
Yeah.
should make it self stronger. So I don't know. So the framing starts today. Oh, I just got to move that trailer out of the way. Anybody want to buy a flatbed? Anybody in Seattle?
Oh, we got vehicles. We got an old one. We're trying to fabricate it, but it's made for lowlands because it's a 6-wheeler, but it's got no power here in the hills. These hills
Oh,
here,
the 6-wheel gatory thing, kind of like.
yeah, it has a drop down for dump. They don't have big dump trucks here, only the big commercial
Oh, just a
operators, but
little back.
it has these small fold down sides. It's like you can put like just 12 inches of sand or rock
Yeah,
because
so you could move dirt off the sides. Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
I
Not have
mean
to work from the back.
they have fold down sides and back, so you kind of, well, they do
We
dump,
had those on
but
the golf course. It was great for me. Yeah, because if you're shot, that stuff's heavy. You don't want to
oh
lift
yeah.
up over an edge. That's the thing about all the extra. Like, oh, just thinking about that.
But I think our truck doesn't dump. The ones we get from the hardware supply, those or in the rock, all those aggregate, they dump. But ours, you have to shovel out.
You got to
And
shell out. Ah,
then
yeah.
we're also now converting that for racks so we can get other material besides just, the bed. We can start putting, but I don't know that vehicle we might get rid of. I don't know how long it lasts. It's like got so many problems and we're spent too much trying to repair an old vehicle. It's better to get rid of it and get something better. Doesn't have to be new. It's just really
I
good
hate equipment.
pre-loved vehicles.
I hate it
Yeah,
so
and
much.
it's expensive to maintain. The drivers don't take care of it. They're like,
Oh,
ain't my business, ain't my car. I just work here. It's like that's the thing about,
yeah,
you
ducks
know,
or a tractor. Ducks. Yeah.
yeah.
Cut the grass with a tractor or let the ducks go. Yeah, definitely let the ducks go. Go sit back on the hammock.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I got a hammock too. We got some cheap tents from the Ace Hardware, and we're gonna go camping. And it's summertime. We can use it. These tents are not really good high end, mountain hardware or these.
eh.
These are like we call backyard or beach
All you got to
camping. It's
do is
just
keep
good
the
enough.
stuff that'll kill you off you.
Yeah. So I said we got to take those out to the beach and then use up in the mountains. We guys get some good tarps over it because they don't have flies. These cheapo Ace Hardware
Yeah.
True Value tent, they're made in China for like $16, $20. Said, okay, this is just good for the beach or backyard. It's not going to be backpacking up
I grabbed
into the
those at
rocks
the
or something
music
like that.
festivals on the way out. People throw them
Yeah,
by
you
the
know.
garbage
Oh,
can.
that's
They
true.
just get a brand new.
It's like
Because
here
they
people
paid $15 when they flew into town.
It's like here people get these cheap 7-Eleven umbrellas for like $2, and they just one time use throw them away. But
Yep.
you got these repair guys. They'll repair all your shoes, your handbags, your umbrellas right on the street for like $2. So I got a badass shoe repair guy. He can fix any shoe up to a
Nice.
certain limit. Just he does sewing. He does it's hand, not even using machine, and your sole or everything's falling off, he'll make that thing badass. And then you go to the shoe cleaner for $5. They got these hand wash. See the service. I mean, these businesses they're awesome. This guy's doing on the street, so he's like off the system. But the
He's
lady
hustling.
that but he does good. He did umbrella for 20 pesos, which is like 40 cents, 50 cents, and he did the shoes for like a couple dollars. And then the other shoe lady, it's not a franchise. They have a couple branches, but it's only costs $5 to do hand clean shoes, not like just throw them in a washing machine. They do it, and it's man, I can't clean my shoes that good. I mean, I don't have the skills and all whatever product. I don't have the time. It's like my wife says, okay, I want to bring all my shoes. Wait, you don't wear those. They're gonna just get dusty, moldy in the closet. Don't clean them unless you're gonna wear them, because when you were gone for vacation, all stuff got moldy, and then I didn't wash it, and then some of them that's aired out because why am I going to wash it? It's going to get moldy again, or because we had some water
Oh
damage from
yeah, you guys are always hot
whatever.
and humid. That's the
Yeah,
the trade-off, right?
yeah,
For no winter.
but yeah, you can't beat these services. I mean, like what Jack was or other people, I think was who was I listened to? You pay someone to do the lawn for $8 an hour. It's like my time's valuable. I don't have time to do that. And I learned that from one of the books I had in sales. It was Charles Gibbons. It was called Super Self. To
Super
be the
cell.
most max. Yeah, look, I don't know if they still publish it. Charles Gibbons Super Self. First, he had an insurance book, so that was our Holy Grail Bible manual and when I was in selling insurance. But then he had some other books, and that Super Self, I said it was really good. It's one of the best values. It talked about where to put your keys every day, so you don't lose them. Put them right there on your desk, because you don't want to spend 30 minutes like my parents. Where's the keys to the car? Mom said, I don't know. It's in your jacket. Dad's like, I don't know. It's in the fridge or something.
You can have a standard operating procedure for the house. What? No.
When you start finding stuff in the fridge that should be on your desk, it's getting pretty bad. It's like, what are the keys doing in here? What is the dog's bowl? Or how people just get crazy. It's like you're on automatic mode and you're doing 10 things like I do sometimes, and it's like I can't remember where I put that now. I have to backtrack because I get OCD and whatever. Like, oh wait, I'm doing something. Wait, I can't do this. I got to clean up. Then I go to the other room to get some cleanser. Then I see something there. Oh, I got to do that. And then it's like, oh, I'm doing 10 things at once. That ain't good. I never got that crazy, because when it just gets busy in some environments, that's why I told my wife I got to stay out in the field, because at the house there's just too many things to do, and none of people are doing
one project at a time today.
Yeah,
10 projects, but one project at a time.
Yeah, because when me and my wife were staying at the other house, it's just two of us, and I have it locked down. She was doing her consulting. I take care of the house, and I'm out there hitting the street doing my face-to-face marketing, doing my research to see what's the next business or what's going on. And that's how I made most of my contacts. My whole life career is face-to-face, and then get people's cards. I always tell them, don't give out your card. Make sure you get one in return, especially if you're doing sales, whatever. And even collect more cards than you give out, because you'll get real estate agents spamming you nowadays, and jokers that want to think that you're rich, invest. It's like, no. So I told you, be selective who you give your contact out, whether it's a card, a VCF, digital, whatever. So, but get those contacts. You just pile them up. I've got sales. It's like, I looked at my referral. It's like, okay, where did I get this contact? I made a sale like 5 years ago. I met this person walk up at the mall or somewhere, Costco. And then later I get you keep going until they say, "Get out of my face, Mike. I don't want to talk to you anymore." That's why I
Turn
learned to sell.
around,
And then you
talking
made a
shit to
sale.
people.
You made a sale 2 years, 5 years later, you
Yeah.
know. But actually, I didn't go that far in my career. But I've done stuff with people like 5 years. Like, damn, I didn't know it was 5 years ago I met this person. Now we're doing some other, something together. But my sales career was like very short. I got burnt out, and it wasn't for me in the end. It was good while it lasted, but I was a lone gunman. I was a lone wolf. I didn't have no team. I didn't have any, management going on. It was just me, myself, and me. And you'll
Cook
get
him.
burned out.
You're like, all right,
Yeah,
if
but
you
I mean,
drag it home, you can eat it.
I love sales though. I mean, I spent so much. I put more money in my career and time than I spent 7 years in college. Like, well, I got a lot of loans too. So, but out of pocket for my sales, I had to go to conferences, books, self-help. Remember the old days tapes? Play those tapes on the
Oh
road trips,
no, I didn't.
and that was way before CDs.
I
So
was selling shit.
yeah, I mean,
I was busy.
I had 3 different sales careers, but it was financial service out of 2 of them, and one was, what the first sales I got out of college, we were selling the old the POS that first came out, like the
Oh
card
yeah,
readers and then
yeah.
the printers, and I was trying to sell it to gas stations. That's the guy that hired me. He was an alma mater with me at the university, the expensive university here in Los Angeles, and he gave me a lead sheet. He goes, "We're going to sell these to the gas stations. They don't know what's going to hit them yet." I couldn't sell one, man. I was like, after a week, I was in the car one time. I was just crying. I was like, I can't sell shit. I don't know what to do. I was a rookie. I was like, but later I just kept
you have to
going.
like understand the problem
Yeah,
intimately
and these,
before you can sell the solution, and you haven't until
I
you've owned a
didn't
gas
know
station.
you sell emotion. You don't sell logic. They don't see the reason why you're gonna get rid of your old card readers and get
Oh,
this new technology.
well,
That
especially if you're trying to pioneer a thing. Oh, that's
Oh
a
yeah,
whole
we
other
were
level of
actually.
fucked up.
This was a pioneer. These guys
Mhm.
actually in Southern California, they were the ones that first doing the biometrics, the POS reader and the printer, the whole package shebang
Oh
bang.
yeah,
It's
you
like
saw it coming.
they saw it, but now it's a mass market. So you can claim that, which is probably true because I didn't really see those going on anywhere, even from friends that were across the country. So, but we started out with gas stations before it even hit the supermarkets and everywhere else, So I was like, oh, so it was kind of ahead of our time. But now all gas stations, you don't have a choice if you got a franchise or if you're
Now it's like
independent.
the guys out trying to sell Bitcoin ATMs to gas station owners, right? In
Oh
5
yeah,
years, there will be one in every store. It will just be.
oh yeah.
But right now, they're getting their teeth kicked in trying to convince Jimmy Joe why he needs a Bitcoin ATM in his store.
Oh, you're gonna have them in the casinos. You're gonna
Oh,
have them at the resorts. You're gonna
yeah,
have them at
they'll be
everywhere. It's
ubiquitous,
like,
right? But in the beginning, they don't see that, and right, they control the flow. They own the traffic. So yeah, it's it's the sales guy's dilemma. You're trying to help them make more money and help society function better, right? But there's fucking obstacles everywhere. You're like, I'm trying to help you.
so what you got going, Brian? You and Candace for the next 3 months? You got a big goal like that coffee membership or the Cyrocrete for the
Dun
roastery or
dun dun. Okay, yeah. We should wrap up anyway.
yeah,
And I'm
just
gonna
to
get
end
off
on
this.
that.
Let's get going. Yeah. Check this out. 75 for Chicken Joe. Okay, that's Candace's code name. Chicken Joe on float. Anybody
Okay,
go friend her. Oh
so 75 is the goal now, or
yeah,
50?
75. Then we're gonna
Okay,
like dial it back on the Airbnb so that we don't have
okay.
random people just staying with
Oh yeah,
us.
I want to do a PMA, private membership. We're gonna
So
have
it's
some of our
it'll be
real
more
estate.
like, if
Yeah,
you're
because I don't need any of that regulation stuff. It's like only people just come into our properties or our businesses. It's all referral, and you're in the network.
people that we know anyway. And
Because
then it's like,
they're gonna,
then you're a house guest more than anything. But whatever,
yeah,
we'll still
really,
charge you Airbnb,
like,
whatever, but it'll be a cheap rate. Help
yeah,
the
because
farm.
we have a property in Subic Bay, Oklahoma. Well, that's my uncle and aunties that passed away, and he turned the big old house, a two-story, which was 2 houses up and down that he used to even rent before, turned it into a duplex after my auntie died, and then he renovated it. But it was a poor renovation. But I said, we'll just rent out those 6 rooms, Airbnb, maybe a little coffee shop, laundromat. But even laundromat, I don't know, as long as
Oh
they don't
yeah,
have to do
6 room
no business
Airbnb.
permit.
That's perfect. You could
Yeah,
flip
because
that once a day.
it'll be actually the laundry will be in-house, and we'll also cater to the other small hotels that don't have laundry.
Right,
So
because
we'll
if you
do
got a
their
laundry, you
laundry.
might as well use it.
Yeah,
That's a good
and the
idea.
cafe will just be in-house. No people in the neighborhoods. What? That's not the cuisine anyway. This will be expats and people that
Shit.
my wife can cook some good stuff, and it's not going to be a regular. It'll be good. Then we'll on the roof deck we're going to have bonfires and hammocks and tree plants, and it'll be like a little oasis on the. But
Yeah,
you know
and
what's
the nice thing with the Airbnb, everybody's coming and going and coming and going, so you never get like a problem of a community
Yeah. Oh,
knife
I've
fight,
got
because
referrals forever on those. They
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 just
want
come and
something
go,
different.
right?
They want something different. And I know I've worked in the industry with the hospitality when I was doing the travel. Uh, I was working airlines and I worked with travel agents, and you just network. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing about that property is we got two cell phone battery towers, one from the barangay
Uh,
captain, which is right behind my uncle's house. This is like the neighborhood council chairman. And then on the other side, there's another. We have to put up some
the
screens to
problem's a
block all this
solution.
5G.
Yep.
Yeah,
Figure out
but
some way to like just blend them into the
or I might,
vehicle.
or someone might actually knock his towers over. I don't know how that, or cut the power, or who knows?
Yeah,
That
just
might
build
gremlin.
some like shit. Somebody today was talking about building mine's a grape arbor. I think they were gonna use it for something else, but something shielded maybe.
Yeah,
You know,
just that
it
these
ain't that tough.
millimeter.
Just build something on your side to make it chill.
Well, I already researched that these are millimeter waves. It's still built on the 4G, which is microwave, but it's moving to the millimeter waves. These things don't go far. Wind blocks it. Mist blocks it. The
Right. So you could maybe
fog.
put up some decorative screening that would
Yeah,
be the
and
right
then
diameter holes to
e-
block it.
even the 4G right now with the microwaves, you just put up regular screen,
Right.
like window screens
Oh
and
yeah,
door,
yeah, the metal screen.
and that's and that blocks it right now. And then later and just don't bring those boxes into your house. Let those small
Yeah.
access points in the neighborhood blast to everybody else. But especially if you're in a big building, big box where all your
Airbnb
neighbors are.
is usually pretty. Yeah. But I have gotten people bitching about the airplanes flying over
Well, we got a
if you're
small
not
air.
used to them.
Yeah, we have a small airport here at Subic. It's not commercial. It was the old
I'm right
Navy
where the
base.
747s put their wheels
No,
down,
but
like at the line.
we can see the big wide bodies coming from Clark. Clark is 40 minutes away, but by the time they reach our area, they're like way up
They're
there. So there's
up and out,
yeah, but they just got small little pipers and
up and
these
out.
nuts flying to the small. It's now a private, the small Navy base airstrip at
Those are
Subic.
fun flying over.
I would if I was
You're like
younger.
cheering for them. Come on, go,
If they
little guy.
if I was younger, I'd probably be flying one of those. Get training. To pilot
Oh,
those
the
because
new stuff's insane. You can fly with shit. Yeah. Oh.
yeah, because my sister,
Ooh, shooting range next to Margaret. Yeehaw! Make some
what was
noise.
that? Oh,
Margaret
she's
says
sitting
she's
up
got a shooting range next to
40
her
acres.
place
Oh,
for
that's cool.
Airbnb. And yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
put it
cool.
in the call out that there's a shooting range. You'll get people that'll
Oh,
want
hell
to stay
yeah.
there just so they walk next door and don't have to drive anywhere.
One of my buddies that, well, I don't know. I just think he's like hiding out somewhere. He's supposedly passed away, but he was in his like 3,000 square meter property that's out like urban or suburban rural fringe. He's going to do a firing range for 22s because, you can't be blasting 357s and 308s, but we
Yeah,
had
they're kind of
archery.
obnoxiously
Yeah,
loud,
he was gonna
really.
build just like a small range for like one lane,
Yeah.
because 22s just sound like firecrackers, so.
Oh yeah,
But
22
he
range
also
is
built
so fun.
indoor ranges for other clients, indoor range, and we were gonna have one here in Baguio, but it's like that didn't work out with our property. But yeah, I mean, you just go outdoor ranges is the best. No
Yeah.
regulation, none of these ventilation and all this craziness. I said that's gonna be too much. We have to get blowers and exhaust, and then
Oh
we'll be shooting
yeah.
right
By the
next to
time
our
you do it,
neighbors.
yeah, shooting indoors sucks in
And then
so
it's
many ways.
safety too, because if we have residents upstairs and someone creeps down
Oh
there and just,
yeah, fuck you.
we gotta, if we operate ourselves, it's like you got security everywhere so that people don't stray
The
off into
general
the gun
public and
ranges.
firearms do not mix.
Yeah. And it would have been like sand and all this buffers and hollow block, and they have a lot of indoor ranges in the
Unless you
big
want to
city.
become a gunsmith as a full-time job.
Oh yeah, he did everything though. He studied automotive with Ford and GM, and then he learned arms. He used to work for the Colorado
Oh,
Department of
he
Wildlife. He
likes
did
police.
firearms safety. So he brought all that knowledge back to Philippines. He got into the arms trade, working with one of the big local, the few. I think there's just one big one and one medium sized gun manufacturer here, but these guys were all trained abroad, so it's
Yeah.
it's like 45s lower end, but they're still high quality. We're not talking Smith and Wesson or Ruger or nothing, but they
Right.
can
Right.
build. They have their own brand, but it's still expensive. It's all like I mentioned the other Brian before. It's politics.
Yeah.
You have to get all sorts of license just to get how many guns you need. So they're like putting their wives in their license so they can get 5 more firearms, and the wife goes to the mall. She wants to go shopping. He's at the trade show up
They
at
got
the top
lost.
of the mall, and he says, "You need to go here. Why? I got to get my 5 more guns, and you're going to be in my licensee." And she's like, "Want to go shopping?" And she has to stand in line for 4 hours and do the rigmarole on it. You know what? Forget that. No license needed. Some of people here can't even renew them. They can't renew them. They're like, "I can't get down to the metro." I said, "Isn't there regional offices?" "No, you got to go all the way to metro. It takes you 5 days because you got to get a hotel, and then you got to line up every day. And if you don't
Oh.
get cut off, you got to show up the next day." It's like, but he had a contact to insiders. Said, "Mike, we're going to do this." They'll sit in the van.
Go to the
We have
quick
our
line.
driver. Yeah, it's like the special. He said he had the contract because every time he renewed his, he was in and out 45 minutes. These guys are like waiting all week, in the city or out of town. So we were going to do that too. We're going to have a call center. My wife was going to set that up, and we'll do appointments. But then the industry changed on that, and they're gonna, we'll do our own appointment system and this and that. But you know what? It's still, you got to go sit in the hot sun and do all that. And
Yeah.
they'll
Screw
pay
that.
someone to do that, and all you do is like call the radio. Okay, you're next. Jump out of the van, go to the front, and and then do it. But we have handlers, fixers, whatever you want to call them, waiting in line and doing this and that. But yeah, that's what it is here. Your government. See, these are people.
All
Why
right.
do we
Well, let's get back
have
to
go?
work. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, me.
All
I
right.
should
We
get
got to
some.
sign off.
Yeah.
Au revoir. I'll see you. See you Wednesday.
All right.
Aaron and Kingsley. And then, tune into After Party. We'll have.
Oh, still
I
doing the after
forget.
party
It's
still?
later. Look on Float. I posted it all up there. So,
Cool.
for everybody, I forget all the schedule shit.
All right.
Float.app. Float.app. That's so easy. Or look above me. That's Scramblin University.
You got the good
Float,
banners
Float,
scrolling and all that. Yeah.
Odyssey. Yeah, it's all on there. So just back up a little bit. Meet us
Okay.
there. Mike's out there too. Come
Yeah.
out and just fucking mix it up. We'll chit chat with you.
A good shout out to Margaret. I think stayed on with us to the end. Everyone else got busy,
Thanks,
So
Margaret.
Yay.
Have a great day. Bye,
Everybody.
Logo. Building
Right.
stuff. I will go. See ya. Let's see ya.